Hey guys, welcome back to the Retail Compass. So again, let's look at what's happening at the market right now. So S&P 500, let's look at the weekly chart, right? So it's very clear that since, late November, it bounced off this very strong support level as I flagged. And now, actually it decisively broke through this, possible downward trending trend line. And right now it's very clear that broke through this trend line, testing this trend line, and continue going up. So this is definitely bullish for the markets, and it's kind of saying, volatility is lowering. The markets are likely going to be in a slow grind up kind of trading pattern. So if you look at the daily range, what has been happening, again, clearly since we retested this, downward trending line, markets are bouncing slowly above it. So I would say right now, at least the foreseeable few weeks or in December, it will likely be a buy on dips kind of trading setup, unless there's a huge, macro shock, which we obviously cannot predict, right? So I think trade it in that way until, the market tells you otherwise. So if you look at, gold as well, so gold has been holding up decently, but I think one thing to take note of is, there's been talks of the Russian-Ukraine deal possibly happening, and I think Trump really wants that to happen. So I think if that happens, likely there may be, kind of a knee-jerk sell-off or reaction in gold lower, not too much. I estimate maybe just 2 to 3%, 5% max. If that kind of sell-off happens, please use that chance to buy the dip. So if we get to 4150 levels, or even for some reason gold gives you like 4050 levels again, please do remember to buy the dip, because clearly gold is still in an uptrend for various good reasons, such as the de-dollarization, the dollar debasement trade coming back again. All these will continue to see, institutions buying up gold. So one last thing, I guess, if you guys are trying to find out, which themes are hot right now, I think yesterday, Trump said they're going to focus on robotics. So if you look at these ETFs, robo or bots, it's clear, big gap ups. So these gap ups are hard to chase, but I would say if for some reason we retrace to these levels, do remember to buy the dip, because people will be buying here, right, on any dips. And one more thing, interestingly, nuclear as well. I think Nvidia chair Jensen, he mentioned that, oh yes, nuclear power is the future, right, for AI. And we look, actually before he even came up with the news, it's already turning nicely into an uptrend. If you see this holding the short-term exponential moving average, and yesterday's news confirmed this. So again, I think from here you can very easily trade this ETF with a buy on dip bias. So yeah, the next key event again to look out for, I think, will be next week. Obviously you have the Fed decision, so I think that's the way to look at that. Is if for some reason they didn't cut or they delivered some hawkish comments, markets would probably sell off. But again, I would think that the trajectory is still the same, lower rates. Why? Because Fed is going to put in the new chairman, and as of right now, the front runner is clearly Kevin Hassett. If you look at what betting markets are pricing in, and if Kevin Hassett indeed comes in, even if they don't cut rates in December, he will be kind of like the backstop, basically the Fed put that comes in again, because he's so close to Trump. Trump has been pushing for lower rates, the government, Scott Bessent, has been pushing it. So if Kevin Hassett goes in, I'm pretty sure that he will be more or less aligned with the narrative, given that he is coming from the White House. So look out for the Fed. Again, I think more of, if you don't like to chase before that, don't chase, but if there's a sell-off, use that more of a buying opportunity. Yep. So that's all I have for you for now. And do remember, if you want to be, kept up to date with new market developments, want to know exactly, what's my view on the markets, I'll always offer a view. And whether you agree or not, I think you will still learn something from the thought process. So do subscribe to keep updated on all these developments. That's all for today. Invest safe.